Guys, you want to know how vindictive a woman can be? Check out this video. Crazy.
Was shocked when this devious ex kicked the husband out of his own house and canceled all his credit cards, so she put an end to her scam instantly.
The big issue, obviously, is the house. I quite frankly, in 35 years of doing this, I haven't seen such a massive frontal attack by a person in a divorce, in a sense of she went and got a PDO to throw him out of his house that he owned prior to the marriage. She called and canceled all of his credit cards so that he had no access to money, cleaned out the bank account, and then also got a PTO so he couldn't go back to his house. I've never seen such a frontal attack before a divorce is filed from somebody. So basically, he was homeless, living in his parents' basement with no money, no credit card. He now and weirdly enough, I said, well, are the credit cards joint? He said, no, the credit cards were solely in my name, but she has my social security number. She called all the credit card companies and said that my credit cards were stolen, and then changed all the information to her email and her phone number as contact information on my credit card. I've never seen somebody be so aggressive and vindictive and angry. So my client was basically like, he had to borrow money from his folks to even hire a lawyer because he had no credit cards, no nothing. That being said, at this point, the primary issue is exclusive use of the home. My client purchased this home in 2002. He's owned this home for 23 years. These people have been married for 2 years. She got a PPO to throw him out of his own house that he owned for over 20 years prior to the marriage. My client right now is currently getting disability. The defendant is earning over $200,000 per year as a realtor. I was asking my client, he thinks that it's his wife's fourth or fifth divorce. Unsure, but I'm guessing that's how she knew how to do all this stuff. But he does want to get back in his house. The thought that you could take a PPO and do the PPO ambush before the divorce is horrific.
Frankly, we believe that financially she's going to be the one that ends up with it, or they're going to have to sell it. All this financial stuff that's come up today is new to me. I don't believe that she has canceled any of his credit cards or done anything with his financial being. So that's something I think for a different day, if they can present evidence as to that. But we think that it would be wrong for the plaintiff to be rewarded for the actions that necessitated the PPO. And my client should not be forced to move out of the marital home that she very well may end up in.
Regardless of the PPO, the court has to look at this asset. This home was premarital in terms of Mr. Alt owning it for a significant number of years, and that's clearly a huge issue in this case, and this is a short-term marriage. What I will do is I will give Ms. Alt 60 days to vacate the marital home, and he will have exclusive use at that time, and then we will work out the rest of it.
This judge was shocked when this devious ex kicked.
What are you guys going to learn? Hell hath no fury like a bitter woman. This is her fourth or fifth marriage. Again, don't marry a divorced or baby mama. Don't, especially one that she's been divorced 4 or 5 times. You know there's nothing right about her. She's done. Forget about it. That's up to her and God. Like, leave her to the pastures. Leave her alone. Leave her ass in a desert island and let God deal with her. But you, under no circumstances, marry. I don't even think you should even approach or even talk to her. You talk to her, she says she's been married how many, 4 times? End of discussion. Have a good life. The end. But this dude actually went ahead and married her. This man is on disability. He has had this property for 23 years. They've been married for only 2 years. So now this is going to be her 6th divorce. Her 6th. At this point, she is her only mission in life. Once a woman has been divorced more than twice, moving forward, in fact, more than once, moving forward, her objective is to screw all dudes, generally speaking. This is a woman that has learned her lesson. And you know what the mindset they have? They said, I will never in my life let a man get away with it. That's their mentality moving forward. And she ain't no different. Look at her fucking face. Look at this shit. This man is on disability. He married you after your fourth or fifth marriage. After your fifth marriage, his fifth marriage. He's on disability. You made $200,000 as a realtor. And you went so far as to call the credit card companies, changed, lied that credit cards have been stolen. So he wouldn't have any money. You create a fake PPO on this guy, kicked him out of his own house. His own house. And now you want the home? This woman right here has six spirits in her body. This is the manifestation of somebody who is demonically oppressed. It is what it is. This is what they do. This is what they do. After 2 years, like I keep telling you guys, if you let them, they will. If you let them, they will. Look at this shit. This women have no shame whatsoever. No shame. They will jump from one dick to another dick until they find a sucker. They try to bleed him out, exploit him, extract all the resources from him. Then they move on to the next dude. The next dude. This is what she's been doing. She's been married 6 times, dog. This is all she knows. This is what you get when you marry a woman in the West, especially if you're not protected financially. Wow. I mean, this blew me away, man. The level of bitterness and vindictiveness. She planned all this shit, dog. Look, she planned it. She's already planned everything. Step by step, I'm gonna call people, yo, I'm gonna cancel his credit cards. I'm gonna call the credit card company, saying that my credit cards have been stolen. I already have his social security number. She planned this shit, dog. I already know how long I'm gonna get stay married to him, only for 2 years, and then after that, I can go for the juggler. Look at it, look at it, look at her face. Look at the bitterness in her nose and in her mouth. Look how scrunched up that shit is. Thank God, man, for this judge, man. She saw through all the bullshit. But at least he gets to keep the house. My God, guys, I create a lot of videos. I create 10 videos a day. Ain't nobody else on YouTube doing this shit. Make no mistake. 10 videos a day, dog. And I can tell you this, though. Listen, this right here, I've never heard of somebody this bitter in my life. Oh my God, this is so bad. I hope this was educational and informative. If it was, please share this video. Educate others. Each one teach one. Each one teach one. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We talk about divorce matters. Why? Because divorce actually matters. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.